When I began my second journey in the continent after 8 years, I had reservations and fear. I didn't know what to expect and I couldn't remember every detail from before. All I knew was that this game years ago won me over and became the best game I'd ever played. As I booted up The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I knew something was already different. This was not the version I played before, this was the next gen version. Updated graphics, upgraded performance, upgraded new camera, added new ways to cast quick signs. Going in, it felt that improvements were already made to make it feel modern, to give it a second life of sorts. These improvements, although small, made for an instant change to me. The way I played over the last couple years with the release of games like God of War, Red Dead, Last of Us, many of these games are played over the shoulder and it's become my preferred camera. So naturally, this being added to Geralt in The Witcher 3 made all the difference to me. It felt more personal and dangerous. It also gave me a better look at some of the smaller details like the hair and armor, as well as a closer look at the swords that we wield. Sadly, our horse Roach is still a complete fool. However, the combat in this game was better than I remember. It can be a little difficult and seem overwhelming at first due to wielding two swords as well as casting the signs. But with the addition of quick sign casting, everything flows so much better. And with a bit of practice, you can come up with some pretty unique ways to take your opponent down. Or monster. Some fights and opponents can be easy and quick, others can be very difficult and long, but with the right preparations, any opponent can be fun even if it's challenging. And moving on to the story, Geralt of Rivia the White Wolf is in search of his lover Yen and then in search of his surrogate daughter Cirilla. Pursued by a powerful foe known as the Wild Hunt, Geralt must find Ciri and stop the hunt from killing his daughter. The story is set for an epic fantasy tale, and that's exactly what it is. Serious, scary, dark, fun, funny, adventurous, loving, beautiful, and heroic. This game is everything and then some. It's much more sophisticated than I remember, and the small moments are what really win you over. You would think that Geralt is a serious witcher, which yes, he is, but when around the people that love him and make him feel comfortable, he opens up and is hilarious. He'll blurt out, well, that was awkward, or he'll sarcastically mock somebody for not being their true self around a certain emperor. The man is a comedian and it makes it that much more enjoyable. With a lot of character depth, he handles different characters well, differently. I enjoyed the story with different women as well. Geralt has a certain way with the ladies and it was fun to test out. Geralt is a dog. He plays around and flirts with numerous beautiful women along his journey. It's also fun to see how he acts when he's around his one true love. He completely changes and a lot of that sweet talking goes out the window. Like I mentioned before, Geralt has a daughter in Ciri, but his personality with her is wholesome and beautiful. He loves her and would do anything to make her happy. He wants to protect her always, but he has to juggle with the fact that she is growing up and becoming capable of making her own decisions. He needs to learn how to trust her and let her choose her own path, which can be difficult for so many parents out there. It's another element and another layer to his character. This story just keeps on giving. The game does an extremely good job at showing you all the burdens and everything it takes to be a Witcher, with the way the outside world looks at you, spitting at you as you walk by, or calling you names, making fun of you. You are hated, yet you are needed, and it is up to you to be helpful or to be evil. You also step into the shoes of Ciri in the game, for small moments at least, and it gives you a different perspective. It's fun and never overstays its welcome. Plus, you have certain abilities that make you feel truly powerful. It's a little good and meaningful addition. As I mentioned earlier, Geralt sleeps around, but there are two women that can have his heart, and you can work for it in an interesting side quest. Yen and Triss, both sorceress, are both beautiful, and both bring something unique. It's up to you who to choose. The customization of our character is good. There are lots of armors to choose from, buy, craft, or discover. Same goes for your mini swords, all varying in power and abilities. You'll never get tired of having a new shiny killer blade. However, the beard options and hairstyles at the barber feel a little underwhelming. I wish there was only a mustache option, or a really big beard, or more hairstyles. Nonetheless, that is a small problem just for me. You can still make Geralt look rugged or more put together. It's really up to you. Our little lame horse also has some cool gear and upgrades, which are pretty cool, and they make them feel a little bit better. I love you, Roach. The side quests are an important feature because they can also have an impact on the main story and how things play out, but they feel seamless and go so well with the overall story of the game. Some lead you to a fight with a giant, others can lead you to a cursed home, and one may even lead you to the assassination of a king. So in side quests, you are rich. There is so much to do and so much to explore. There are other Witchers as well that you can meet along the way, which is cool because it gives you a different perspective than your own, and you get to see their personalities. Two Witchers that come to mind are other students of the Wolf, Eskel and Lambert. Eskel, in my opinion, deserves a special mention because he seems like a real badass, and I wouldn't mind playing a story or a smaller game with him as the main character. His voice actor, his voice acting, and everything about his character just seems very serious and a fun character to play with. The world of The Witcher is filled with mystery and dangers, caves, monsters, bandits, and wraiths. Evil lurks everywhere. There is so much to uncover and enjoy. The seasons feel great as well. From the beautiful sunny day to the vast and orange sunsets to the dark and gloomy thunderstorms, it's all truly magnificent. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt released in 2015 with much fanfare and critical acclaim. It received over 200 awards and won Game of the Year in 2015. Many claim it changed gaming in a positive way, with its interesting side quests, its multiple choice, and vast open world to explore. Many have tried to copy it, others have tried to take inspiration from it. Some have had success, and many have not. But none of them come close to what The Witcher 3 did. There is only one, and 8 years later, I realized it was not a nostalgia trip. It was not just a good memory, no. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is the best game that I have ever played, and I don't see that changing. Yes, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is worth it in 2023.